October 19th in the year 1382. How is she? There's nothing more that can be done for your mother, lad. It's a strange thing, almost like she's given up on fighting the sickness. It can't have been easy for her, being abandoned by her new husband like that. Broke her heart. I don't expect she'll last the night. No, that can't be. Stifle those cries. You're a child no longer. It's time for you to become a man. It's no easy life, being an orphan. You'll need to pack up your things by morning. There'll be a wagon waiting in the courtyard. Can't I stay here? No, lad. This house will be reclaimed to pay the remainder, hi, I'm Shane, of your stepfather's debts. Robert McLennan. They'll be held to pay if the pretty sure that's supposed to be usurpers. Ever catch up with that man. Then where will I go? The monks of Bewley Priory have agreed to take you in. They'll treat you well enough so long as you can earn your keep. Now go and say your farewells to your mother, lad. Mother? Oh, sweet William, this is my fault. I should have known that man was a scoundrel. I should have never married him. I couldn't stop him from squandering your fortune. I couldn't stop him from violating your father's memory. You must remember your father, William. Your real father. You come from a proud and noble line of Bruce. Swear to me that you'll always remember that. Wasn't Bruce the last name of the family from the first game? I swear it, Mother. There is one more thing you must promise. When you come of age, you must find the cowardly wastrel who destroyed our family. Find that husband of mine. Find Robert McKinnon. Make him pay for everything he did. I will do it, Mother. I promise. Yes, yes you will, my brave, sweet William. Yes. This is like some JoJo's mother. Oh, she died. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stiff. May I do an intro? Bewley Priory, Scotland, February 10th of the year 1401. I found him, Mother, just as I said I would. 20 years. Has it really taken me so long? I hope you aren't disappointed. Robert Woolsey is the name he chooses to bear these days. He's living in England as a member of the King's privy count. Can you believe it? Or privy, I don't know. When you met him, he could barely scrape 2 shillings together. Now he's a wealthy beyond reckoning, and governor of the Isle of Wight. I wonder how many other poor souls he had to destroy to attain that position. No matter, his wealth and prestige will protect him from my vengeance, will not protect him from my vengeance. From our vengeance, Mother. The men of this priory have been good to me, but the time has come for me to do as I promised. There is a heresy spreading in Britain that has taken root here in Bewley. Wherever the prior himself is a follower. What? My sources tell me that Wolsey has taken a particular interest in rooting out this heresy. I wrote him a letter expressing my support. It was enough to secure an invitation to his family estate in the country of Yorkshire. Once there, I must find a way to bring about his end. I will be careful. I know that you would not want your only son to find himself on the headsman's block. Someone else must pay the price. No amount of prayer could bring you back, Mother, but you will be avenged. I'll make this selfish unthrift pay for what he did to our family. It's English. I speak American. Wolsey House, Yorkshire, England. Dusk is fast approaching by the time you arrive at the Woolsey estate. A wary guardsman has ushered you through the outer gate and into the large courtyard beyond. The deed must be done tonight after dinner. You should converse with the other guests and residents, learn their weakness, and locate some evidence to use against them. As you expected, the guard searched your person before you entered the estate. You must also find a fitting murder weapon while you are here. You cannot carry more than 2 items, so choose carefully. Dinner will commence once you have chosen your second item. Like the first game. Yay! So, hi. My name's Shane. I've previously played Just the Deed. It was a 2-part episode. First part, I looked for everything. Second part, I murdered my sister. Yes. This is my 100th video. I was going to do more system videos since I've taken a liking to those. But as my 100th video, I decided to do something special. A celebration of my first, or rather the second Deed video, which seems to have a lot of views. So clearly you like seeing a good outcome. So I'll be continuing in that vein, trying to do good and not get myself caught. Let's go and talk to this person. A horse is a vain thing for safety, so the Lord tells us. On the other hand, highwaymen pay little heed to Scripture. You must be William Bruce, I suppose. The governor mentioned you would be coming. I am Simon of Brimsgave. Myself and my traveling companion, Mother Burns, come here often to tutor the governor's daughter. Though I suspect that tonight he has another reason altogether for inviting us here. I don't suppose you know anything about it. All I know is I wrote him a letter. I'm sure you know more than I do. I suspect it has something to do with heresy. How the hell should I know? Well, I could go with A, could go with C. I'm gonna go with C. I feel it might have something to do with spread of religious heresy in Britain. You think so? I suppose that would make sense. There are rumors that the king wishes to take a stronger measure to fight the heretics, and the governor would certainly lead the charge. He has strong feelings about the heresy. As for myself, I think it's a matter of a great deal more complicated than the church admits. These things usually are. I'm sure you can reach common ground. Complicated in what way? You sound like one of them. Complicated in what way? Let's get him to talk. Complicated how, exactly? But I don't agree with everything that the followers of Wycliffe say, but they raise many important points. The matter of clerics occupying secular offices, for example, I have long taken issue with that practice. However, I've learned that it is not wise for me to speak on such things at length. What would you like to discuss? Choose subject and conversations. Choose subject? Ooh. Governor Woolsey, governor's daughter, Mother Burns. Let's go with the daughter. You mentioned that you tutor the governor's daughter. That's right, Eliza is quite a gifted child, although often interested in the wrong subjects. Sooner or later, she will have to grow out of this fascination with swords and horses. It only gets her into trouble. She is a gifted child, you say. Sounds like she's a usual interests for a girl. What sort of trouble? These interests of hers have gotten her into trouble? Yes, several times. The worst was when she was challenged one of Sir John's young sons to a round of dueling with wooden swords. He laughed and refused, of course, and she became quite angry. Gave the boy a bloody nose, as I recall. I had never known her to have a temper like that. Anyway, perhaps you should meet her yourself. I can go through all of them. Governor Woolsey, then. Are you close with the governor? I would say so. We've shared many interesting discussions over the past few years. Perhaps I have even enlightened him on a few matters. I hope I have, anyway. Mother Burns. Tell me about your traveling companion, Mother Burns. Well, she's a woman of strong faith, that much is certainly true, and an extremely knowledgeable herbalist. Quite highly regarded in the church as well, although her reputation among postulants and novices is somewhat less positive. She's a herbalist, you say. What makes her so highly regarded? Why do the novices dislike her? Why does the church hold her in such esteem? I suspect it's due to her passion. She is quick to uphold the will of the church in Rome, or whatever that may be. For all her faults, I do find her faith in God to be extraordinary. I've never known anyone quite like her. That's all I can tell you about her anyway. And in conversation. I won't keep you any longer. Go in peace. Thank you, my dear. My dear? Whatever. I'm a polite gentleman. Anything in here? You peer down to the damp darkness of the well. The dark seems to stare back up at you. As then things might. Anything in the wheelbarrows? The wagon seems to contain the monk's possessions, such as they are meager clothing, a little food, and some basic tools and utensils that are contained within the cloth sacks. Buried beneath one of the sacks is a small mace, the blunt weapon often favored by those clerics who don't pay full regard in the prohibition of clergymen shedding blood. Something small enough to conceal beneath your tunic. If you take the mace, you can still carry one more item on your person and leave the mace. I want to do something like I did in the last part. Something poison related. It's very undetectable. Someone has clearly been hard at work this morning, making sure there's enough firewood to keep the house warm. Okay, what about this? Someone, probably one of the servants, has been chopping wood here and has left a small hand axe unattended. I'm not going to take the axe. Oh, is it? Wait, cancel. There we go. I want to run. It's what? It's rather slow. This walking. Oh, good evening. Please do step inside the Great Hall. I am Nicholas, the steward. All of the other dinner guests have arrived already, so you must be the mysterious William Bruce. Other guests. Oh, yes, perhaps you have already spoken to Brother Simon out in the courtyard. We are also honored to have the Reverend Mother Mary Burns in our chapel, and Sir John de Ashton occupying the guest chamber. You will find them on the upper floor if you pass through the side chamber over there. The kitchen is on the other side of the hall. There's nothing through here except the servants' quarters, though. If you are hungry before dinner, speak to Alice. She'll prepare you something. If you are feeling cold, I will chop some more wood for the fire. For anything else, do not hesitate to ask. Quite the gentleman, aren't you? Hey, well, how's it coming along? Not much longer now. The guests have all arrived. The meal ought to be ready by now. See to it. I can't make the stew cook any faster now without ruining the flavor. Do not talk back to me, impudent girl. But I simply do as I say, make sure the meal is ready within the hour, but there will be consequences. I can definitely blame it on you. Mutters, a curse upon that man. Did you just walk through me? Yeah, hey buddy. No, I can't talk to you, that's fine. Definitely could place the blame on you, and seeing how you are the axe person, the spacious corridor of the upper floor seems to serve as a long gallery displaying various works of art as well as family heraldry and other artifacts. Right! So here, you dip your fingers into the front of the holy water, icy cold to the touch, and it makes the sign of the cross. Your honor of God will forgive you what you're about to do. Indeed. Proudly displayed upon this cabinet, the governor's family sword. As fine blade it is, carefully inscribed with his heraldry. The great sword is too large to conceal on your person, however you might get a chance to collect it later. If you shoot the sword, you'll still have time to search the house for one more useful item. Never mind. Not quite. There is a light coming from the windows, the candles are not yet lit. Right. I'm gonna go through this door first. Strange, stark opulence of the chapel is an environment from which you are very familiar, given your life at the priory. Even so, the sight of the polished wooden cross on the stone pedestal sends a peculiar chill through your bones. Okay. Now is not the time for prayer. They have already been answered, whatever. And who might you be with the nerves to interrupt a woman in her prayers? William Bruce, and you are why Mary Burns, of course, the Mother Superior of Monkton Convent. From your Scottish brogue, I would guess you come from north of the border. I have many friends in the Church of Scotland. Tell me, which parish did you belong? I travelled here from Beaulieu Priory. Let's just be honest. I journeyed here from Beaulieu Priory in the Highlands. Do you know of it? Yes, the Cistercian monks of Inverness. One Prior Thomas presides over their ordeal, if I am not mistaken. I know the name quite well. Well, actually, are you a friend of Prior Thomas? Sweet. True. He is like a father to me. True. Most true, if I can speak at once. Yes, he's the dearest friend I have ever had. Prior Thomas is like a father to me, and a good man. A good man, from what I hear. He is lax on his duties and has sympathies with the heretics. Oh, so did Jesus. If I were you, I would choose my associates more carefully. What do you want from me? Choose subject. Oh, good God, no. That was not the time. I mean, why not? Can I return? I'll leave you to the prayer then. Very good. Okay, keep doing that. I want to run. Running is not the thing to do. Let's see what we have going on in here. You assume that this must be the guest chamber in which Sir John is currently staying. From the looks of it, he didn't bring very many personal possessions with him on his journey. There is a dagger of sorts. Small dagger probably belongs to the guest who is staying in this chamber. Such blades are useful for personal protection during long journeys. This weapon is small enough to conceal beneath the tunic to the dagger. Okay. Right, so I left her to her prayer, which was polite. I got pictures. This panel shows the gruesome torture of godly folk by non-believers. The monk at the priory had similar fascination with macabre. Right. Oh, hello. Yeah, well, hello. By my reckoning, you must be William Bruce. I'm Sir John with the Great Northern House of Ashton. Butcher. I have a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Bruce. Now, there's a name with some history behind it. You must have some rather illustrious ancestors yourself. Yes, I have many noble ancestors. We have a history of spilling English blood. That you do. My ancestors are famous for fighting against the oppression of your countrymen, Sir John. My grandfather was determined to rebel as well as for his And as for his father, I'm sure you know the name well enough. Don't tell me. You're another Scotsman who proudly claims the descent from one of Robert's bastards. Robert? Okay. What is your country's obsession with the British little upstart, anyway? I doubt you English will ever understand. Surely you agree he was a mighty warrior. Actually, I don't think much of him either. Speak ill of him and I'll teach you a lesson. Actually, I don't think much of Robert de Bruce either. Really? You're the first Scotsman I've ever heard say that. How curious. Well then, what shall we talk about? Choose subject? Seriously? All the same conversation? Let's just not, for right now. Fare thee well, William. Ooh. The decorated room, known as the cabinet, likely serves as the study and private meeting room for the man of the house. The chambers of the governor and his daughter lie beyond. Ooh. Let's go meet the daughter. This is a letter apparently left here for the steward to give to the messenger. You make sure that Sir John is not watching before carefully untying the ribbon to read it. It has come to my attention that you still owe significant debts to my household. It would be unfortunate if I were forced to take further measures to retrieve those monies. Aha. The threatening letter is not signed for obvious reasons, perhaps, but does appear to be the governor's handwriting. The intended recipient is also not mentioned by name. If you take this letter, you can still carry one more item on your person. Let's take that letter. Right. What's in here? Beyond the glass, you see various heirlooms and gifts that the governor has collected over the years. You don't see anything that would be useful to you, though. Okay. I'm intending to kill the governor, correct? The young dark-haired girl sits at the nearby dressing table. Seems to be lost in her daydreams. You assume this must be the governor's daughter, Eliza. Oh, someone new. What's your name? William Bruce. You must be Eliza, the governor's daughter. Oh, yes, that's right. Funny accent. Are you one of the father's friends, then? Yes, we've been writing letters to each other. No, I wouldn't call him a friend. Actually, I'm a Scottish prince, you know. It's not polite to say that about my accent. Let's call it, sending letters. Yes, I've been sending letters to your father for some time now. He invited me here for dinner. Bah, his dinner parties are so boring. I'd much rather spend the day playing in the garden. How about you? Would you like to do that for fun? Well, fine. What do you like to do for fun? I enjoy swordplay most of all, since I know that you also like that. More than anything else, I enjoy practicing swordplay. Oh, I bet too. My father and my tutors don't approve. They won't even let me have a wooden sword, so I have to use sticks most of the time. I know that feeling. I only wish I could be a knight one day. Rules are silly. You want to talk about something else? Let's not. Not for right now. I need to be going. Alright? Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do anything with her in the room. But I wanna get to know everybody. That's an important thing. Blood turns to ice when you see him standing so close. This villain you have been hunting for so long, it doesn't look like the years have changed him much. What's he got to say? Ah, William Bruce, I presume. You look just as I pictured you. Greetings, Governor Woolsey. I'm so glad you can join us for dinner tonight. There are so many things to discuss. Regardless of any history between our two countries, we are all Christians and must face the threat of heresy together. More than anything else, though, I want you to see this as an opportunity to meet my friends and family. Perhaps soon you will come to count yourself among them. Do you have a family of your own, William? You never mentioned them in your letters. Yes, I have a family. I used to have a family. True. The church is my family. Speaking of family, I haven't met your wife yet. let's just be honest, why not? I once had a family until there was some misfortune. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened, if you don't mind talking about it? My family was destroyed by a scoundrel, my family were murdered, it was known by my family. Actually, I do mind talking about it. Let's just say it was destroyed. I come from a good, noble family, whose honor and fortunes were destroyed by the actions of one wretched man. I see, and does this man yet live? Yes, he does. Well, if a man had done such a thing to my family, I would soon put him in the ground. When it comes to matters of family and honor, there's no better remedy for injustice than the sharp point of a sword. Thank you for your advice, Governor. I will certainly keep that in mind. Anyway, I should return to my work. I look forward to continuing our conversation during dinner. Right, so I have a letter. I'm looking for a murder weapon, which I can potentially find in the kitchen. I'll see, so there's an upstairs. Let's go upstairs, yes. The steep staircase seems to have brought you to the gusty parapets of a tower at the top of the estate. The view from up here is quite breathtaking. Is that it? That's alright. Bring it back. Oh, yes. Bring it back down. Oh wait. Are these people? Given all the armaments he likes to display, you would guess that the governor has probably proven himself as a warrior on the battlefield. I don't know. Probably not. He could be whatever kind of fool. Wait, is there a person here? You assume the long table is where the other guests will be dining with the governor this evening. Could just be the chair decoration. Wait, I want to talk to the lady. I like talking to the kitchen folk. Oh, you startled me. Sorry, I wasn't paying more attention. Oh, you want the dinner guests? Yes, William Bruce is my name. Oh, your accent, you're from Scotland, aren't you? I just finished reading the chronicle of a knight who spent time in your country. Are there really still savages in the Highland Mountains? Highland Road. Do you people truly worship and fear strange evil spirits? Yes, I would. No, we are Christians, aren't you? Wow. Yep, I worship all kind of weird spirits. No, we are Christians, aren't you? You should not believe every word of those fanciful tales. I worship our Lord Jesus Christ, and I hope that you do as well. Oh, of course, I'm a good Christian girl. Ask anyone, they'll tell you as much. Only perhaps don't ask the Reverend Mother about me. Ask Brother Simon if you must. Calm down and believe you. Let's not get too privy into your details. Perhaps I will ask Brother Simon then. Very well. I will ask him. Good, I'm sure he will vouch for my character. I can help you with anything else. Well, it's not. Thank you. I gotta collect one more item before the dinner can be served. However, if I were to ask Brother Simon about her, perhaps something can be brought from it. Hey, brother. Would you like to discuss true subject? Let's go with Alice the Service Girl. What do you think of Alice the Service Girl? I like her, of course. She has grown into a good, God-fearing young lady. I believe that the governor performed a good Christian act by taking her and off the streets. This is one of the things I admire him for. Alright. Done. So basically, God-fearing is what you had to do with God in the Old Testament. Well, if you're worshipping the Lord of Jesus Christ, then, that's not about love and peace and whatnot. The cellar below the kitchen is a dark and drafty room. When compared with the rest of the estate, you wouldn't wish to spend much time down here by yourself. But I must hello, there's a book down here. The shelves contain some religious texts as well as most legendary and cowardly romances. It would seem the servants of the house are unusually well educated. Unusual. The small chamber would seem to belong to Alice, the servant girl, given the lady's mirror and the other artifacts of the table. What's this letter? The red ribbon, the color of passion, would seem to indicate this is a love letter of some sort. As you unravel, take a look. Your suspicions are correct. Do not come to my bedchamber tonight. There are too many who might overhear our pleasures. Come tomorrow after Nicholas has turned in for the night. I will be waiting. You recognize the governor's handwriting from your own correspondence with him. It would seem that he is indulging in an affair with the servant girl. This alone would probably not implicate her to anything, but perhaps the unread letter can't serve a purpose. Taking this letter will bring your search for the estate to an end. Let's leave the letter. I need a murder weapon. That's about all I need. May bring the hand axe, a large pair of boots, and a main tunic, messily strewn across the floor, indicate that the private chamber of Nicholas, the steward's estate. Yeah. Or the shore presumably belonged to his who has been messily discarded before. Let's go grab that hand axe. There's no poison like there was in the first game. But the butchering of the axe belonging to Nicholas the Steward. Oh, wait. But. If I'm gonna blame it on somebody, I'm gonna have to have it make sense with my debt collection letter. A letter to an unknown recipient regarding debts owed to Governor Woolsey. Let's go with the hand axe. Let's just see what that does. Someone probably... Okay. Take axe. You pull a small axe. No, there's something concealing it beneath the folds of your tunic. And then that's the dinner. It sounds like we were being summoned to dinner. I had better not be late. Right. May I see you on no horse after we finish at the table, Brother Simon? Of course, child, as long as you clear your plate. How old is he? Is he a war horse? Has he been in many battles? Quiet down, Eliza. Don't pester him with your childish questions. But I just... Silence. I've had quite enough of this silly preoccupation with horses and battles and such things. I'm going to say nothing. So, Robert, are you going to tell us why you've really asked us here this evening? Patience is a virtue, Brother Simon. However, since we are all here, we might as well get to it. As some of you are aware, I am a close friend of the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Arundel. I met with him while he was serving as Archbishop of York, and we found that we shared a great deal in common with one another. Once I have returned from the Isle of Wight and seen out the final days of my governorship, I'll be serving as his right-hand mission. What a mission, exactly? Ah, okay. I will be serving in the office of Heretic. Inquisitor Heretical and Poverty. I can't even read. I've never heard of such an office. That is because the office has not been required before, however things are about to change in our country. Parliament will soon pass a law allowing the Church to order the arrest of any person suspected of heresy. If they fail to renounce their heretical beliefs, they will be burned at the stake as an example to others. King Richard will never allow that. His Majesty is not Richard. He sees the threat to our faith much more clearly. Not to mention his gratitude, without the support of the Church, Henry would not have been king. We cannot let these heretics destroy our church. Burn them all, that's what I say. Let's say nothing. I intend to form... Because why am I here? I'm here in support of the death of heretics. However, I definitely should have said something to support that case. Me being quiet is only making me more suspicious. I intend to form a privy council of my own to help root out this heresy. That is why I've asked you all here today. Of course, in my opinion, the heretics are only the beginning of the problem. Tell me, William, what is your opinion on the existence of witchcraft? I do not believe in such things. Right, this would go along with the evil spirits and whatnot. Certainly, I would defer to Brother Simon. Let's just leave me out of this. I like to hear what the Reverend Mother thinks. Let's not. I do not believe in such things. I must confess that I've never seen anything that would ever lead me to believe in power of witchcraft. I once thought the same as you do, however more recently I have come to wonder. I have been studying the works of Thomas Aquinas of late. Oh, I know Thomas Aquinas from my high school days. He argues that witches can, in fact, perform miracles. So could Jesus. Are you saying Jesus was a witch? If we take a miracle to mean that which is beyond human understanding, but not beyond the power of God, what does all this have to do with heresy? Does it not seem to you that witchcraft is the ultimate form of heresy? Surely those who indulge in these dark arts should not go unpunished. Of course they should go punished. I feel unqualified to speak on the matter. Interrupt! This is a dangerous road. Witches must be destroyed. How would you punish them, Sir John? Let's not, since you just said you didn't want to speak. I think you should speak up, Brother Simon. This is a dangerous road, yes. The path we are on going down troubles me. If the common people were to start accusing one another of witchcraft, I feel that much innocent blood would be spilled. You must have faith in our courts, William. Our judges will see the right of it and weed out any false accusations. However, this may be the conversation for another time. Our first concern is dealing with these damned heretics. I have chosen each of you for a good reason, even you, Brother Simon. You have never been afraid to speak your mind, a valuable trait. I'm glad you think so. And you, William Bruce, can you keep me updated on the activities of heretics north of the border? Absolutely, which is what I was going to say. We must stamp out this heresy, which is absolutely why I'm here. To kill you. Yeah. Let's do that. Of course, I would be glad to serve such a righteous cause in the name of our faith. Good, I knew I could rely on you, William, and despite the fact you are not an Englishman, despite any differences we may have, we are all good Christians. I believe that is the most important thing of all. Hear, hear. Anyway, I think we are finished here for tonight. I must go and take in some fresh air. Would you be good enough to prepare communion for me a little later, Brother Simon? Certainly, Governor. There. Myself and the Reverend Mother will see to it. Are you going to the roof? I know where the roof is. Is this where I can kill you? Please? Now the dinner is over, the time has come to plant any evidence you may have collected. The evidence must finally seek... Then you must finally seek out this low scoundrel and put an end to his life. To plant evidence, simply enter the desired location and then select the item in your inventory. Absolutely. I'm going to put the financial trouble issues in his room. And then I'm going to murder him. God, it's not as easy as the suicide was. Suicide, I mean... It wasn't a suicide. Here we go. This is his room, right? Items. It has come to my attention that you still owe significant debts to my household. It would be unfortunate if I were forced to take further measures to retrieve those monies. Do you wish to plant the letter on the governor's desk? Yes. I got this. You plant the letter among the other items of correspondence on the desk of the governor. Got it. But I can easily pass the blame on somebody who requires money, such as the steward William. Which is what I was going for all along. Governor Woolsey stands perilously close to the edge of the balcony. After 20 years of waiting, the moment has finally arrived. Now it is time for you to not to make any mistakes. Sneeze. That ruined everything. Weapons. An axe. Fortunately for your intentions, it looks like this has been sharpened quite easily. And this is a weapon and not an item of evidence, so you can't plant it here. Oh, okay. Here's a murder weapon. Bare hands and axe. You strike a sure... Nice. Achievements in this game. You strike a sure blow with the sharpened axe, landing the blade on Woolsey's neck. He lets out a gurgling cry as he drops to his knees. You strike him a second time to make sure that he's dead, before dropping the axe on the ground beside his lifeless body. So I may have heard of the commotion, you might have removed quickly. Got it. Oh look, another timed trial. Where am I going? Let's just go fucking pray. Get in. There we go. Really, I could have sworn I heard something. I had better go take a look. Oh, I'm sure it was nothing. William, did you hear the noise as well? I believe it was coming from the tower. Yes, it came from the tower. Yes, I was just on my way up there to investigate. Let's not waste any time then. Sweet! Excuse me. That's screaming. God, Robert. How could this have happened? Who could have done this? That is not for us to determine. Nicholas, who is the sheriff of this shire? Nicholas? My apologies, Brother Simon, I'm just a little shaken. Oh. Thomas de Bromflet is the High Sheriff. He is presently at York Castle, about an hour's ride from here. Then I shall ride there immediately and return with him tonight. Will you see to things here at the estate, Sir John? Bring the girl to the Reverend Mother. She will need consultation. Oh yes, of course, I will see to it. Boom. Such a fun game. Alright. Later tonight. Welcome, my lord. I wish I could say that I was pleased to see you, Nicholas, Sir John, and who much you'll be. This is William Bruce, a friend of the governor. William Bruce, I can't say that I have ever heard of you. What do you mean by that? I am nobody of consequence. I haven't heard of you either. Perhaps you should have heard of me. I am nobody of consequence. That is no surprise. I am no great lord like yourself, Thomas de Bromflet. Perhaps not. You do possess quite a cultured manner of speaking, though. Interesting. Where's Brother Simon? He is outside singing the horses. Who else is in the house at the moment? Liza's here, though it would be better if she wasn't. The Reverend Mother Mary Burns is tending to her. Oh, and Alice the servant girl. And all were present at the time of the murder? Yes, we've been here all evening. I see. Everyone should be in one room. Is there somewhere... Oh, everything just clicked. Whoops. Is there somewhere smaller on the upper floors, perhaps? So, this is quite like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in that it's taking place in, like, the 1400s. We are a long lineages of Bruce's. The game that we played previously was in more modern times. I'm not gonna say, like, the 20,000s. I mean, it's like the 1800s probably, but still. Everyone should be in one room. Is there somewhere smaller on the upper? There is the governor's cabinet, I suppose. Gather everyone together there. Meanwhile, my men will conduct a research of the house. They will also have to search each of your persons. Is that really necessary? Oh, yes, Sir John, but have no fear. We will soon get to the bottom of this heinous crime. Hopefully I make it out. Just hopefully. How is the girl? She's resting now, though I doubt she will find peace sleep for the night for some time. Poor child. Let her rest now. I may have questions for her later. First of all, I would like to run through the events of the day with each of you. What I have gathered, each of you had the opportunity to slip away to the top of the tower at some time shortly after dinner. William Bruce, as far as I can tell, you are the outsider here. You will forgive me if my questions are directed at you for the moment. You will forgive me if I choose not to answer. I suppose that makes sense. This seems like a waste of time. Are you accusing? I suppose that makes sense. I take no offense. I would likely do the same thing in your position. Very good, then. The truth is, I still have no idea who you are. Tell me something about your past. I was raised by monks after my mother died. Let's go. There is not much to tell. My mother died when I was a child, and I was raised in a priory. You're an orphan, then. No status to speak of. How did you come to know the governor? I wrote him a letter regarding heresy. He was once married to my mother. Let's not say that. I wrote him a letter regarding the spread of heresy in Scotland. He was intrigued enough to invite me to his estate. You first reached out to him, then? Yes, I knew he would be interested in the matter. I see. Tell me, what time of day did you arrive here? I can answer that. I saw William arrive in the countryside when I was tending to my horse just before dusk. Did he say anything to you? Yes, he came over and I introduced myself to him. We then shared our thoughts on the current heresy in the church. I mentioned that I did not entirely agree with the governor's approach. Yes, that's right. You said it was not wise to speak about. You took the issue with the clerics and secular office. I do remember that. If I remember correctly, you said that you agree with the heretics on certain things. Just yeah. Is that so? Well, I do have my thoughts on that, but it doesn't mean that I'm a heretic. Perhaps not. It does set you apart from the traditional beliefs of the church, though. I seem to remember that we spoke about the Mother Reverend. This speaking of things with people might have actually been in my favor. However, if I at least get one person on my side, that would be good, right? I mentioned that the church holds her in high esteem due to her strong faith. Yes, I suppose that is something I will have to remember. I should hope so. God, you're a bitch. We also spoke about Eliza and her unusual interests. You said she likes to duel with swords. You mentioned that she likes to duel with swords sometimes. Yes, wooden ones, of course. A little unusual, certainly, but it sounds harmless enough to me. Otherwise, we said nothing of consequence. I was also there when William arrived. I greeted him on his entrance to the house, and I told him where to find the other guests. Did you speak with him again after that? I don't think we spoke about anything else of importance. I overheard a disagreement between you and Alice. Actually, I also overheard a disagreement between Nicholas and Alice in the kitchen. Oh, a disagreement? Alice cursed him. I do remember that. Nicholas told Alice that the stew must be ready within the hour. When he left, I heard her curse him. Is that true, Alice? You cursed this man just for performing his duties? Oh, I swear I didn't mean it, my lord. I was just so hot and flustered. Ew, hot and bothered. There's never an excuse for invoking a curse. Such things are the fruits of the devil. Quite right, Reverend Mother. Let's move on. I spoke to William when he came to the kitchen, and what was the subject of your discussion? I'd been reading a book that contained some of the tales of peculiar habits of customs of the Scottish people. I asked him whether those tales were true. He said the Scottish people were Christians, and I asked if I was one. I told him we should ask Brother Simon if he had any doubts. Indeed, I have always known Alice to be a good Christian girl. Thank you, Brother Simon. That is good to know. Which is why I talked to him. I can't think of anything else we talked about. What about you, Sir John? Oh, yes, I ran into William in the long gallery. We exchanged a few words. He claimed that he was a descendant of Robert de Bruce, so we got to talking about him. William actually claimed that he didn't think much of the man. First time I ever heard a Scot say that, I tell you. Yes, I couldn't imagine a Scotman saying that. Very strange. I think that was all we spoke about, other than small talk. I too spoke to William before dinner. He came to the chapel, as I recall. What did you discuss with him? He said he traveled here from Bewley Priory. I was familiar with it, having many friends in the Scottish Church. Prior Thomas, who presides over that place, has a reputation for being something of an agitator and a malcontent, sympathetic to the heretics. This man claims that Brother Thomas is like a father to him. Is that so? Yes, I did say that. Yes, the man practically raised me. Well, this is something that concerns me a great deal, given the governor's past actions against the heretics. Did you discuss anything else? We discussed nothing else, yes. Eliza told me that she spoke with William in the room before dinner. Oh, did she say what it was about? She asked him what he likes to do for fun, and he mentioned that he enjoys swordplay most of all. Oh, is that so? Go on, Alice. She didn't mention anything else to me about their conversation. Did you speak to the governor before dinner, William Bruce? Yes, I did. Yes, I spoke to him in his chamber. And what did you discuss? Spoke about my past, spoke about shit. Spoke about the heretics. What else? We spoke about the heretics and how they should be punished. Fuck. Try to be more specific if you can. You agree that no punishment? I advise moderation. I reminded him that the heretics are still Christians like us. What rubbish. It does not sound like an unusual thing to say, perhaps rather too simple. It does sound like. Alright, now someone needs to tell me what happened during dinner. I remember Eliza was pestering Brother Simon about his horse. Yes. After that, the governor told us that Parliament is about to pass a new law to allow the burning of heretics. Sir John seemed quite in favor of the idea, but of course the heretics must be dealt with severely. Anyway, the conversation moved on the topic of witchcraft. The governor asked William if he believed in the power of witches. What did you say? I said I don't believe. I said I don't believe that witches have power. I told him that I don't believe witches have any special powers. What happened next? He then spoke about what punishments would be suitable for witches, since they are just another kind of heretic. The governor suggested they should be punished by the courts, but William seemed to have more concerns about that. Is that so? You disagreed with the governor on this subject? People could have used it. I don't remember saying that. No, I don't remember expressing any concerns. As dinner came to an end, the governor invited all of us to join his privy council and revealed the reasons why he chose us. I believe he said that I was strong of mind and that William could keep him informed on events in the church north of the border. That I was eager to stamp out the heresy. I was ready and willing to do my duty for the church. That's good, I suppose. Anyway, that was the last time we saw the governor alive. Who discovered the body? Me and William found him. The Reverend Mother and I were in the chapel when I thought I heard noise from the tower. A few moments later, William entered and we both went to investigate. Had you heard the noise as William Bruce? Yes, I heard something go up from the tower. I didn't want to investigate it by myself. That seems reasonable, it does, however, put you in extreme close to the place of the murder. Let's move on to discussing the manner of the governor's death. Where did the axe come from? I can answer that. I have been using it to chop wood in the courtyard just this morning. Is that so? Interesting. I suppose anyone could have picked it up, though. I will now take counsel with my captain of the guard. I may have messed up. Did you find anything during your search of these persons? Nothing, notes Sir John, the steward, or the two members of the clergy. We did find this letter on the servant's girl. I can explain. There's no need. Lords betting their servant girls is hardly anything new. Alice, how could you? It may be immoral, Reverend Mother, but it does not give her any reason to kill the man. It's of no interest as far as I'm concerned. And so it is of interest to me. I expect you to come and see me for confession later, Alice. Yes, Reverend Mother. What about you, William Bruce? Did you find anything on his person? What about William Bruce? Yeah, nothing, my lord. During your search for the house, we searched the governor's chamber thoroughly. We found this letter on his desk. It may be the last thing he wrote, so I thought it could be of interest. Indeed, this is written in the governor's hand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm mistaken. It has come to my attention that you still owe significant debts to my household. I suppose my master wished for me to deliver that letter to him. Normally, he'd leave it here in the cabinet when it was finished. I see, that makes sense. We searched for the rest of my house and found nothing of interest, my lord. Very well, then. I believe I have heard enough. William Bruce, I am almost certain that you had something to do with the governor's death. I knew it from the beginning. Despite any suspicions about you, Brother Simon, I don't believe you had anything to do with it. I think I can say that you're free of any suspicion, Nicholas. Now, taking all this into account, I'm going to have my guards put you in chains, William Bruce. I suggest you do not resist. You are making a mistake, Sheriff. I very much doubt that. So, I did mess up. Good to know. With a weighty amount of evidence standing against and insufficient evidence to arrest anybody else, it was not long before you were brought before the judge to stand trial. The trial seemed to be only a formality considering the evidence, and the sentence was swiftly passed. Afterwards, you spent your days in a dank cell. Finally, the day comes when you are drawn to a scaffold to face your execution. Here you will hung almost to the point of death, and the worst of it will begin. There are no sympathetic faces among this angry English crowd. The common people of York having turned out in their droves to witness this gruesome spectacle. As you wait for your torturous end to begin, your thoughts turn to your mother. Your only source of relief is that she's not alive to witness this herself. At last, any last words, filthy swannery? I just have it be done with. I have no regrets. Let God be my judge. At least I might see my mother again. Well, that's fitting. Oh God, look at that face. If this is the price that must be paid for justice, so be it. I can only hope there is more justice in the next world. Now, at least I might see my mother again. God. Alright. And that's the Deed Dynasty Part 1? Kind of. Pilgrim Adventures. Blood will have blood, 1401. Right, so Part 1. I will make this a series. I will play each story until I am victorious. Such is my cause. But, as I said, I'm Shane. This has been the Deed Dynasty. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end the video.